Hello students, welcome back to today's class on integers, and today we're going to discuss about word problems. Word problems are very important because the algebraic expression or the integral expression with integers will not be mentioned. We need to understand the question, the word problem, and then we need to frame it. And if you do any small mistake in that, your answer completely will be wrong, right? Before going to word problems, in the last class we have just started what is a distributive property, but we couldn't discuss. So we'll discuss about distributive property and then we'll go for word problems, right? My name is Avinash and I'm a graduate from IIT Kharagpur. Let's start today's session with distributive property. So what is that property all about? You can see here, distributive, the name itself says that we are distributing something to remaining people or to remaining numbers. You're distributing, you can see carefully here. What are we distributing here? What are we distributing? For example, B plus C is there, okay, and A is there. Three numbers are there. We are distributing A to both the numbers B and C with multiplication. It is not addition, it's not A plus, it is A into, that is again a big mistake you do. You always confuse with A plus B plus C and A into B plus C. Okay, A into B plus C, these two are two different things. You should not confuse between these two, okay. It is B plus C. In the first case, we are just adding all the three numbers. Associative property we discussed. But now, you are having multiplication as well as addition, two different operations in the same property. Two different operations, one with the multiplication, one with addition. And we need to distribute whatever we are multiplying. We should distribute to remaining all numbers. You can see here, A we are distributing to B, so A into B, plus A we are distributing to C, so A into C. You should be very careful here. You should be very careful here. You have a positive between, okay, in between them. Don't try to multiply again these two numbers. What are we doing? A cross B, A into B, that is one term. Then this plus will come and then A into C. The same way here, if you carefully observe, this is one unit, C is another unit. So you need to distribute C to both of them. So you are distributing C to A, that is A into C, or C into A, both are same. And C to B or B into C, both are same. We are distributing only the term which is being multiplied, not the thing which is added. You should be very careful in that. A into, when you are having into, that A should be multiplied, or to multiply for both the numbers, distributed for both the numbers. A plus B into C, that into C should be multiplied to both the numbers A and B. When you have the terms in bracket, it says that they are one unit. Whatever changes you want to do, you should do to the entire number inside the bracket, to all the numbers inside the bracket, correct? Let me give you small examples, okay? If you have 2 into 3 plus 5, okay, so that will be equal to 2 into 3 plus 2 into 3 plus 2 into 5. 2 into 3 plus 2 into 5. Don't again use addition or plus symbol in between them. It is the multiplication. So 3 2s are 6 plus 5 2s are 10. So that will give you 16. This is a 2 into 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 2s are 16. So 16 and 16, these two will be equal. 16 and 16, these two will be equal. Understand? Okay, so A into B cross C and A cross B plus A cross C, whichever number you are multiplying should be distributed to all the remaining numbers. Let me take one more example. 2 into 5 plus 6, so that is equal to 2 into 5, 2 into 5 plus 2 into 6 plus 2 into 6. So what is 2 into 5? 2 into 5 is 10 plus 2 into 6 is 12. So that becomes 22. 5 plus 6 is 11. 2 into 11 is also 22, right? The same way we can also go for the next one. What is that? 25 into 3 and 25 into minus 3. It is again the reverse way. 25 we are distributing to 3 as well as 25 we are distributing to minus 3. So using distributive property, I can write that as 25 multiplied by both the numbers 3 plus minus 3 plus minus 3. So what is 3 minus 3? 3 minus is 0, so 25 into 0. 25 into 0, so that will give you the answer as 0. 25 into 3 is 75, 25 into minus 3 is minus 75. So these two will make the sum equal to 0. These two will make the sum is equal to 0. Understand? So this is about distributive property. You have one more question. You can try to do that. Using find the product using suitable properties, 26 into minus 48 and minus 48 into minus 36. You can see here minus 48 is common in both the cases. So you can try to apply from there. Here also 625 is common with a negative and positive. So please take care of that. Okay. So from there you can try to find the answer. Please try to do this. Now let's move for the most important thing in integers are the word problems. We have discussed a lot of properties till now. Lot of applications, lot of operations, how to add, multiply and subtract, divide integers. So with all this information, let us try to have some questions on word problems. So what is the first question we are having? An elevator descends into a mine shaft at the rate of 6 meters per minute. Descends, what do you mean by that? Descends means going down. It's going down, okay. An elevator descends into a mine shaft. Mine means, okay, there is a mine area where you are mining, where you are doing mining. Okay, so it's moving down at the rate of 6 meters per minute. Per every meter, it is moving at a rate of 6 meters. If the descent starts from 10 meters above the ground, okay, so this is the ground here we were having. So above the ground, we are starting from 10 meters. From this point, the elevator is moving down. The elevator is moving down, okay. How long it will take to reach minus 350 meters? Minus 350. So you need to understand what is this negative. Sir, how can we have the distance as negative? See, the meaning of negative is always states that it is in the opposite direction. It is in the reverse direction. Positives are here, negatives are here, correct? In the same way, if you're saying positive is up, negative numbers are the bottom. Okay, so 10, and now it should move to minus 350 meters, at the bottom. So it should travel all this distance from this point to this point. So now tell me, what is the total length it is moving? What is the total distance it is covering? The total distance is equal to 10 meters above, and although it is a minus 350, it is stating that negative means reverse direction. The distance is 350 meters only. The distance is 350 meters. It is a plus 350 meters. The distance is always positive. So plus 350. So distance is equal to 10 plus 350. That will give you 360. Distance equal to 10 plus 350, that will give you 360. So now, the total distance that is being traveled by the elevator is total equal to 360 meters. But we should find how long it will take, means how many minutes or how many hours, what is the total duration of that journey at the rate of 6 meters per minute. Per 1 meter, if they are traveling 6 meters for 1 minute, for 1 minute, let me erase that and write minute. For 1 minute, let us say we are going at 6 meters. Then for 360 meters, how much time we are taking? Let me take this x, this duration as x. So how to calculate this one? You need to cross multiply. 1 into 360, okay, 1 into 360, which is 360, is equal to x into 16, x into 60. So how can you find x here? So the value of x will be 360 divided by 60, 360 divided by 60, so which will be 36 by 6, which is a 60, right? Sorry, once again, 360 is equal to x into 6, not 60, it is 6. Right. So 360 by 6, so you know that 6 ones and 6 are 36, so you will get total 60. What are the durations? What are the units? Okay, is it 60 seconds or 60 hours? You know that 6 meters per minute. The units are very important. When you say 60, when you're not mentioning the units, you don't know whether it is 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 60 hours, 60 days, 60 years. We don't have anything. We cannot say that. So always you should be very confident with the units. So it is minutes. Okay. So 60 minutes it will take to travel till minus 215, which is equal to 1 hour. Okay, 60 minutes or 1 hour, both are same. That is the total time it is taking to travel all this distance. Right? Let's move for the next question. What is that? The temperature at 12 noon was 10 degrees above zero. Above means positive. Above, upwards, okay, to the right, always it states that it is positive. 10 degrees above zero, 12 noon. What do you mean by 12 noon? It is 12 p.m., not 12 a.m. in the night. Noon, afternoon. Noon means afternoon, okay. Noon means 12 p.m. If it is decreasing, so at 12 noon, at 12 p.m., we have the degrees as plus 10 degrees. If it decreases at the rate of 2 degrees Celsius per hour until midnight, so it is decreasing at 2 degrees, okay. At every 1 hour, at 1 p.m., you will be having 8 degrees, correct? At 2 p.m., you will be having 6 degrees, so it is keeping on increasing. The point is, at what time would the temperature be 8 degrees below zero? Careful. It is not 8 degrees, it is 8 degrees below zero. That means at what time you will be having minus 8 degrees? At what time you are having minus 8 degrees? What would be the temperature at midnight? Midnight means middle of the night at 12 a.m. Midnight means at 12 a.m. Okay, we'll come back to this one. That is the second question. We'll come back to that. Let us try to understand about the first question. Starting at 12 p.m., it is at 10 degrees. From 10 to minus 8, what is the duration? What is the difference? Okay, so difference in temperature is equal to 10 minus of minus 8. Difference of 5 and 3, 5 minus 3. 10 and 5, 10 minus 5. 10 and minus 8, 10 minus 8. Don't forget that extra negative. So that is 18. So total it should reduce 18 degrees. It should reduce 18 degrees. But how many degrees per hour it is being changed? 2 degrees, right? If it is decreases at the rate of 2 degrees per hour. So per 1 hour, if you have a change of 2 degrees Celsius, so how much time you need to have for 18 degrees Celsius? How much time you need to have till 18 degrees? It's very simple. 2 9s are 18, so 1 into 9, 9 hours. If you're confused, just take it as x and cross multiply. So 1 into 18 is equal to 2 into x. From here we'll get x is equal to 18 by 2, which is 9 degrees. 18 by 2, sorry, it's 9 hours. It takes 9 hours to reach to the point minus 8. So starting from 12 p.m., if you go for 9 hours, where do you stand? From 12 p.m. to 1 p.m., 1 hour. To 2 p.m., 2 hours. To 3 p.m., 3 hours. So that way, to 9 p.m., this is a total of 9 hours. From 12 p.m. to 9 p.m., it is a total of 9 hours. By that 9 hours, it will be decreasing by 18 degrees in total. But the initial point is plus 10, so it will reach to the final at minus 8 degrees. Minus 8 degrees, correct? So at 9 p.m., the temperature will be minus 8. There is one more part of the question if you understand. What would be the temperature at midnight? Midnight means at 12 a.m. Midnight means at 12 a.m. Let me see that right once again. Right. Okay. So let me tell one thing here. At 9 p.m. you're having minus 8. So 10 p.m., 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. So it is minus 8 now. 2 degrees less, you will fall at minus 10. 2 degrees, minus 12. 2 degrees more, minus 14. So at midnight, the temperature will be at minus 14 degrees Celsius. Right? From 10 to minus 8, you are having total 18 degrees Celsius as the difference in temperature. For every 1 hour, you have 2 degrees Celsius down. So total For 18 degrees, you need 9 hours of time. Starting from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m., you're having 9 hours, right? So you'll be falling at 9 p.m. minus 8, and at the midnight at 12 a.m. you'll be having minus 14 degrees Celsius. Understand? Right? Easy question. So let's move for one more question. A certain freezing point. Okay, once again go back. A certain freezing process requires that the room temperature be lowered from 40 degrees at the rate of 5 degrees Celsius every hour. Okay, so there is some procedure. Okay, there is some process going on, freezing process. So what is the condition there? The initial temperature is 40 degrees. From there it is being reduced at the rate of 5 degrees every hour. Okay, so the room temperature be lowered. Lowered means reducing. From 40 degrees, we are reducing at the rate of 5 degrees every hour. What will be the room temperature 10 hours after the process begins? 10 hours after the process begins. So I'll tell you like this. So 40 degrees Celsius is there. 40 degrees Celsius is there. It is decreasing at the rate of 5 degrees every hour till 10 hours. Okay. For 1 hour, it is reducing at 5 degrees. It is reducing at 5 degrees. Okay. So for 10 hours, it will reduce by 5 into 10, 50 degrees. It will reduce by 50 degrees, correct? It is reducing. From the initial point, it has reduced 50 degrees Celsius. What is the initial point? 40 degrees. So from 40, if you are decreasing minus 50, okay, you should not go up because you are not increasing, you are lowered. Lowered means you are decreasing. That is the reason I am saying word problems are very important to understand and very easy to solve once you understand the question. Okay, so 40 minus 50 will give you minus 10 degrees Celsius. Minus 10 degrees Celsius, right? What will be the room temperature 10 hours after the process begin? So it will reach till minus 10 degrees. It has started at 40. From 40, after every 1 hour, if it is reducing 5 degrees, next it will go to 35, next 30, next 25, then next 20, and so on. After 10 hours, you will be at a state of minus 10 degrees Celsius. You will be at a state of minus 10 degrees Celsius, right? Easy question. Let's move for one more question. What is the next question we are having? In a class test containing 15 questions. Okay, you're writing an exam. The total questions you're having are 15 questions. The point here is 4 marks are given for every correct answer. 4 marks are given for every correct answer and minus 2 marks are given for every wrong answer, incorrect answer. It's not that you will get 0 marks for wrong answer. Here you are having negative marking. Negative marking means if you write wrong, you will lose marks. Okay. So, plus 4 and minus 2. That is the evaluation. If you are getting correct answer, plus 4. If you are getting wrong answer, minus 2. What's the first question? Bharati attempts all the questions. All means 15 questions. Okay. But only 9 answers are correct. 9 are correct. So 9 into 4, she will get 36 marks. But is this her final score? Had there been no negative mark for incorrect answer, that is her final answer, final marks. But as she is attempting all the questions, out of 9, you still have 6 questions unanswered. 15 minus 9. Out of 15, 9 are correct. So 6 are wrong. For every wrong answer, you are having a minus 2 marks. So 6 into minus 2 will give you minus 12 marks. So now your final score will be the addition of these two. Your final score will be addition of these two, 36 and minus 12. 36 and minus 12, you'll be having 24. See, 24 marks is her final score. Although she got plus 36, but due to the wrong answers, due to the incorrect answer, she has fallen to 24 marks, right? So once again, I'm saying, whenever in whichever exam you're having a negative marking, please don't attempt the wrong answer which you're not sure. only attempt the answers which you are 100% sure, and that 100% sure means it should be correct. Only attempt. For example, there are 15 questions, and if, let us say you only know one question, just write one and come out. Don't try to attempt all which you don't know. Right? So let me discuss one more question, then we'll stop it here. So in the same case, okay, one of her friends, Hema, attempts only 5 questions. Only 5 questions. Only 5. So 5 into 4, how many marks are? 5 into 4 is 20 marks, and all are correct. It was given all are correct. What will be her total score? It is 20. See? In the previous case, what happened? Although the person got 36 with minus 12, she landed at 24, writing all the questions, getting 24, and writing only 5 questions and writing 20 marks. So which is best? I can say writing 5 questions and getting 20 marks is good than getting all your score is high, okay, but not always. When you're trying to attempt every question, when you're having negative in the competitive examinations, it will be very difficult task to keep up your score, because you'll be falling with the more and more negative marks, right? So please be very careful. So one more question which I'm not going to do it now. I'm leaving this question for you, but just try to understand what is this question about. A merchant on selling rice earns a profit of rupees 10 per bag. Okay, he is earning rupees 10 per bag of basmati rice sold, and a loss of rupees 5 per bag of non-basmati rice. See, there is a rice called basmati, which you generally use for biryanis, right? When you see the biryani, you have a different kind of rice, a bit lengthy than the normal rice, okay, with a different fragrance, right? So a merchant is selling both basmati and non-basmati. How many bags? We still don't know that, okay? So for a basmati bag, he is getting 10 per basmati. So plus 10 is a profit. For a basmati bag, he is getting plus 10. And loss of rupees 5 per bag for a non-basmati. For non-basmati rice, loss of 5 means loss is again in the reverse direction of profit. So we keep a negative 5. Right? So the point here is he sells 3,000 bags of basmati rice. So this one he is selling for 3,000 bags at a profit of 10 rupees per bag, and 5,000 bags of non-basmati rice in a month. 3,000 basmati and 5,000 non-basmati bags. So what is the profit or loss in a month? So I'm not going to do this one. You have every information given. Just multiply 10 into 3,000 and minus 5 into 5,000. Add these two. If you are getting a positive answer, that means you are getting a profit. If you are getting negative answer, that means that you are getting loss. Profit is always with a positive, and loss is always with a negative. So when you are getting negative answer here, you will be losing. You will get a loss. Right? So one more question here. What is the number of basmati rice bags he must sell? Okay, so now we need to find the number of basmati bags. Okay, he has to sell to have neither profit nor loss if the number of bags of non-basmati rice is 6,400. Non-basmati rice, you're having 6,400 bags into, for every bag you're getting a loss of minus 5 rupees, right? So you know how much is this amount. But to balance this one with neither profit nor loss, you'd have X number of basmati bags with plus 10 as a profit. Given. So these two should be equal. In terms of numbers. That means you should not have any positive or any negative. Then you can say that you're having 0 rupees profit or 0 rupees loss. You're not having neither in a state of profit nor in a state of loss. Right? A beautiful application, so please try to do it yourself. Right? So that's all with all the word problems here, and that's all with the chapter of integers. In the coming lecture, we are going to discuss about the next video. Right? Thank you so much, students. Stay tuned to get the next lecture. Thank you.
Hello everyone. So today we will be discussing about time. And time, as you know, is something which is very essential, right? In everyday life, we keep talking about time. We keep asking what is the time, right? So I will be discussing about that. So my name is Shashin Reddy. I'm a graduate from IIT NEET. Let's go into the class. So if I ask you, how do you define time? The question is, how do you define time or time interval? How will you answer? Right? So for that we have a very simple case, very simple definition. The interval between two instances or events is called time. Yes or no? Time taken. Time taken will be between two events. For example, I can say if you keep looking at my eyes, I might be blinking. Right? So between two blinks, how long it takes between two consecutive blinks? That is what? That is a time interval. That is the interval. That is time. And there are many such cases. Like how long? I mean, if there is sun rises once, the sunrise to sunset, what is the interval between them? That's also measured in terms of time. Sunrise to sunset, or from one sunrise to another sunrise again. From one sunrise to another sunrise again, how much time does it take? That is also what? That is also interval. We measure it using time. Yes or no? So there are many examples that you can think of. Interval between opening and closing of your eyelids. Interval between starting from your home and reaching your school. That also takes time. Interval between the start of a class and the end of a class or a movie. Right? So all of them are what? Are nothing but time. And what is this? That's a clock. And obviously we use a watch or a clock to measure time of the day. Yes or no? Good. That's wonderful. Right? So now when we talk about the units of time, very important, units of time, the SI unit of time is second. The SI unit of time is second. The symbol is small s. So you can write time as 2 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 100 seconds, 1000 seconds, depending on the time interval. And do you know what 1 second is? What is 1 second? If I use a watch or a clock, anything. So you have three different hands here. You have a minute hand, a second hand, and hour hand. Yes or no? This is the hour hand. This is the minute hand. And this one that is moving here is the second hand or the second arm. So 1 second can be defined as the time taken by the second hand in a clock to complete one motion. Like one take, one motion is, see, here to here, 1 second, 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 1 second. So that is every single motion of the second hand is how much? 1 second. Clear? So you can define 1 second in that way, yes or no? Good. Now apart from second, do we have any other units of time? Everyone, do we use any other units? We have minutes, we have hours, yes or no? We have days, we have years, we have many such things. So let's go into all of them one by one. So here you can clearly see them. So let's explain them all to you. So we talked about second. Second is the SI unit. But again we have other units. Let's say we have minute. What is 1 minute equal to? 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. S will mean seconds. Then you have 1 hour. What is 1 hour equal to? 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. MIN minutes. Right? MIN will refer to minutes. So 60 minutes. Now, can I write this as 60 into 1 minute? 60 into 1 is equal to 60. So 60 minutes can be written as 60 into 1 minute. And how much is 1 minute equal to? 60 seconds. So 60 into 60 seconds. 1 minute is how much? 60 seconds. So 60 into 60 is how much? 6 into 6. How much? 36. And you have 0, 0. So 2 zeros and seconds. That means it is 3600 seconds. So here we can clearly say that 1 hour, for 1 hour we use the symbol 1h. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, or in terms of second, it is 3600 seconds. Clear? Okay, that's good. So we learned about minute, we learned about hour. Do we have anything else? We have a day. What is 1 day equal to? 1 day is equal to 24 hours. In 1 day we have how many hours? 24 hours. Yes? Okay, good. Then can I write this as 24 into 1 hour? 24 into 1? Right, and what is 1 hour? So 24 into 1 is 24, my mistake. And what is 1 hour? 1 hour is 60 minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes, so 24 into 6. How much is that going to be? 6, 4, 24, 144. You can do the calculation here, 24 into 6. We are multiplying them, 4 into 6, 24, 2 carry, 6 into 2, 12, 12 plus 2, 14. 144. So 144 we have a 0. So 1 day is equal to 24 hours and is also equal to 1440 minutes. Okay. Then again, this I can write as 1440 into 1 minute. 1440 into 1 is equal to 1440. The same. But what is 1 minute equal to? 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. That means if I multiply 1440 with 60, or 144 into 6, 6, 4, 24, 2 carry. 6, 4, 24, 24 plus 2, 26. 2 carry. 6 into 1, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. That is 864. 864. And you have 2 zeros. So it is 86,400 seconds. That means 1 day is equal to 24 hours. The same 1 day is equal to 1440 minutes, and it is also equal to 86,400 seconds. So that is 1 day equal to. Clear? Good? Okay, wonderful. So we learned about 1 second, we learned about 1 minute, we learned about 1 hour, we learned about 1 day. Good. You can clearly see here minute, done, hour, done, 1 day, 24 hours, 1440 minutes, or 86,400 seconds. Sir, should we remember it? If you ask me, I'll say practice it and then remember it. Because if you practice it, you will know how to find them and then you can remember it. So the complete steps are given here. You can go through them. Got it? Okay. Now you have 1 year also. What is 1 year equal to? 365 days. What is 1 year equal to? 1 year is equal to 365 days. Yes or no? In an year you have how many days? 365 days. So what is 1 year in terms of seconds? Not required. If you need, you can do the calculation. Okay. Then you have others also. Have you heard about a decade? Have you heard about a decade? Yes or no? What is 1 decade equal to? When you say 1 decade is equal to 10 years. What about 1 century? What is 1 century equal to? 1 century is equal to 100. You know about century in cricket. century is 100. So when we say 1 century is equal to 100 years. Clear? So keeping that in mind, see, 1 decade is 10 years. 1 century is 1000 years. Then you have 1 millennium. What is 1 millennium equal to? Sorry, 1 century is 100 years. But 1 millennium is equal to 1000 years. 1 millennium is 1000 years. That's important. 1 millennium is 1000 years. Now if I go into this also, we have 1 century is equal to 100 years. Can I write this as 10 into 10 years? Because what is 10 into 10? 10 into 10 is 100. But what is 10 years equal to? 1 decade. So in place of 10 years, if I write 1 decade, then you have 10 into 1. So you can write decades. So 1 century is equal to 10 decades. Clear? Extra information which will help you. Then we are talking about 1 millennium. What is 1 millennium? 1000 years. But 1000 can be written as 10 into 100 years. What is 100 years equal to? 1 century. So it can be said that it is equal to 10 into 1 century. 10 into 1 is 10. So it is 10 centuries. Clear? So 1 millennium is equal to how much? 10 centuries. Got it? Good. So you have 1 decade, 1 century and 1 millennium. Now all this is okay. All this is all that is clearly mentioned. Now there is one special case. When we discuss about the month February, normally February has 28 days. But once in every 4 years, February also has 29 days. After every 4th year or in every 4th year, February has 29 days. What is that year called as? That year is called as leap year because you are adding 1 extra day. So 1 leap year is equal to 366 days. After every 4 years, you get 1 leap year. Every 4th year is a leap year. And what does 1 leap year mean? The specialty is it has 366 days, 1 extra day. 1 extra day. Clear? Okay, that's good. So we learned about time. That's what we do in our day. Like every day, that's what we do. Now the question is, in ancient time, like very long back, how did people measure time? How did humans measure time long back? Right? How? That's what we'll be learning about. Now the first thing that people could observe is the day and the night cycle. It happens every day. So time can be measured in terms of day and night cycle. I told you, right, what is time interval between 2 events? You can say from day to night is 1 time and from night to day is another time interval, right? So we can say that sun rises and sets every day. So ancient people followed the day-night cycle to mark the passage of day between 2 sunrises. Okay? They also decided to stop working for the day when the sun set because it becomes dark. So for them, sunset will mean they will not do anything after it. They will not work after it. But nowadays, we have electricity, we have current. So even at night we work. But that's not how ancient people used to do. Clear? Good. Then only days? No, we had other examples also. Other natural examples also. that is a lunar cycle. Lunar will refer to moon. Solar will refer to sun. Lunar will refer to moon. And what is the speciality of moon? If you look at the image, the shape of the moon, or the shape that is visible to us, the shape of the moon that is visible to us keeps on changing. You can clearly see. Yes or no? The shape of the moon. This is what? A full moon. It keeps on changing. So from new moon to full moon and again a new moon. Or from one full moon to other full moon. Or from one new moon to the other new moon. What is that? That we call it as a lunar month. So the moon to repeat itself. You are seeing one moon today. After approximately 29 days, you will see the same moon. It keeps on happening. So they call it as a lunar month. We also call it as a lunar month. Right? So the shape of the moon that is visible to us changes as it revolves around the earth. And a lunar month is approximately how many days? 29 days. So even people also used to measure time in terms of lunar month also. This many lunar months, 1 lunar month, 2 lunar months, 3 lunar months, so on and so on. So they had this sunrise and sunset or day-night cycle. They had lunar month. They also had other cases which is seasons. And seasons were more important when it came to agriculture. Seasons, even today, seasons are very important when it comes to agriculture, when to plant a crop, when to harvest a crop, when to cultivate a crop, all of them. Clear? So each season comes once every year. Seasons, rainy season, winter season, summer season, and all of them, right? So they could tell a year, people long back, they could tell a year had passed if the same season came again. Now winter has passed. If winter again comes, it means it is 1 year. And the different seasons, right? Good. So now these were some natural examples. I mean, this phenomena, people found it in nature. Okay, people found it in nature. So look at a simple question here. Which of the following can be used to measure time? You have different examples. A flying bird, changing seasons, drying of clothes, all of the above. Which of the following can be used to measure time? What do you think? Yeah? A, B, C and D. The correct answer is changing seasons, because flying bird is random. We don't know for how long it will fly, after how long it will come back. But we know changing seasons, we know the exact time. One season has gone, the same season has again come, that means it is 1 year. Yes or no? The changing of seasons can be used to measure time. Drying of clothes, so in summer clothes dry quick. In winter they take much more time. Simple example I am giving you. Right, and it also depends on how much you have squeezed the cloth. So there are different cases which is possible, so we cannot say what it is. But seasons, they are regular. Okay, so changing seasons, yes, we can use it. Good. So now, ancient people long back, they did not have watches, they did not have anything like that to measure time. Now I have a watch. I can look at my watch to get the time. So what did people in the ancient time do? Now they also had instruments of their own. Okay, not as good as the watches that we use, but they had instruments. And one such simple instrument is something called as a sundial. What is that? You can understand that by looking at this. Or look at the image here. This is what it will be. So it all depends on the shadow. See, look at the shadow here. Now that shadow will change depending on where the sun is in the sky. Look at this. This is a sundial. The shadow of the sun. Can you see it changing here? Yes. So as the sun moves, the shadow moves. And as the shadow moves, we can say what time it is. What time it is. So this is called as a sundial. It works on sun. It makes use of sunlight. So sundial. It's a very simple one. Clear? So sundials were used in old times to measure hours based on the position of the sun in the sky. And oldest known sundial is from Egypt from around 1500 BC. What is 1500 BC? It is 3500 years ago. Long back. Very long back. Even then sundials were there. Good? Okay. Then again, there's an interesting fact here. Samrat Yantra. Samrat Yantra. In where? In Jaipur. In Jaipur is in Rajasthan. The Samrat Yantra in Jaipur is the largest sundial in the world. So if you have a chance to visit Jaipur, please do visit this. And please do appreciate the construction. It is the largest sundial in the world. Good? You can see the image here, but please do visit Jaipur. It's a very interesting or very beautiful city. Okay? Okay. Then again, you might have seen this in many movies. You don't normally have this, but you might have seen this in movies. Right? An hourglass or a sand clock. It's very simple. There will be a specific time that the sand takes to fall down. So how much ever time it takes to fall down, we can record it. So you can measure it time. Now how much time does it measure? It depends on various factors. It depends on how large the bulb is, the size of the bulb, and how thick the constriction is. Different factors, and the quality of the sand also. Right, so time measured by an hourglass depends on the bulb size, the neck size. This is the neck. Okay, that is the neck. Everything else is the bulb. These two are the bulb. And the material, that is also the sand used, how soft the sand is. But ultimately, what is the thing? An hourglass or a sand clock is used to measure time. Got it? Good. Then we had pendulum clocks. Yes. What is a pendulum? You can clearly see that here. This is the pendulum. Can you see what's happening? It oscillates. A pendulum keeps on oscillating. Yes or no? And as the pendulum oscillates, here the second hand moves. Here there is no second hand. So gradually the minute hand and the hour hand moves. Okay. So the pendulum oscillates, and according to the pendulum oscillation, here the second hand, the minute hand and the hour hand move. In fact, one end to the other end, the time taken will be 1 second. Then again back 1 second. Then again 1 second. Then again 1 second. It's like a swing. Clear? That's a pendulum clock. And here pendulum clock, this is like a thread. This is like a thread or a string. And this is a heavy mass. We call it as bob, or which is heavy mass. That's it. Clear? That's a pendulum clock. Understood? Good. So even these were used. These are very interesting. Even nowadays they are used. Not regularly, but as a for showcase they are used. But again, pendulum clocks were used for a long period of time. That's why they are important. Okay. Then we have analog watches. The one that I'm using now is an analog watch. Right. Again, nowadays technology improved. You have digital watches, you have smart watches. And to measure time, you can directly look at your smartphone. Yes or no? Or your device, any electronic device, you can look at your laptop also, desktop also, tablet also. So there are many such cases. And here we can see a digital watch. Nowadays we have smart watches. So digital watches are not used that much. Analog watches and smart watches are used more. Okay? Understood? So that's good, everyone. So we have learned about time. We learned about different units of time. We learned about different measurements of time and how ancient people also used to measure time. Okay? Okay, that's good. So thank you, everyone. Thanks.